Okay, so slightly different today in terms of how I'm setting the video up. Just showing you the questions we're going to look at in this video. First one here, finding the distance from A to C in a rectangle. Second one here, we have got two triangles together and we need to find this missing length here. Third one, we've got a worded problem. So there'll be links to this on Show My Homework and underneath on this video, so you can just click to the appropriate point for 1, 2 or 3, or you can watch the whole video all the way through. So starting off on this first question, we want to find the length from A to C. So to do that, we need to draw ourselves in that line. So that line from A to C goes down here like this, and this now gives me this right angle triangle. So I've got a right angle triangle, so I can think about finding this missing side here, which is our C. We've got A and B, so it's going to be normal Pythagoras like we're used to. We're finding the hypotenuse because it's opposite C, so we're going to do 7 squared plus 10 squared equals C squared. We then get 49 plus 100 equals C squared. So C squared equals 149 and C equals the square root of 149. C equals 12.2. So can you now have a go at this question on the right? Just put some numbers in for you. So we've got 8 and 10. So can you have a go at that question for me, please? So we've got our solution here. We've got 8 squared plus 10 squared equals C squared, because we're finding the longest side again and we're adding them together. We've got our calculations here. We should end up with 12.8 centimeters there. So next question, a little bit of a trickier one here. We've got two triangles here. We should have included in this question that we've got two right angles just here. Now, to be able to do this question, we need to find a length before we can find our x. So we've got this first length here that we're going to call y, that we're going to start off with. So again, we've got Pythagoras. We're finding the side opposite the right angle, so we're going to add them together. So 7 squared plus 4 squared equals y squared. So we get 49 plus 16 equals y squared. Y squared equals 65. Y equals the square of 65, which is 8.0. Now what we're going to do is going to be careful here, because the next line we're going to write down is we're going to find x. And again, we're going to have to use Pythagoras, but we're going to do 9 squared plus y squared equals x squared. Now we know from up here that y squared equals 65. So we can say 81 plus 65 equals x squared. So x squared equals 146. So x equals the square root of 146, which equals 12.1. So one thing that's just quite useful to notice here, you could have done this rounding here and then squared this number, but we'll generally lose a bit of accuracy there. Where we see we've got y squared, it's best to go back and use that y squared again. So have a go at this question on the right. Again, finding x. Notice how x is in a different position on this question, so just be a bit careful. Let's pause the video, have a go at that question now for me. Okay, so we started off by putting in our y to find the hypotenuse on the first triangle. We've gone through and we've got y squared equals 103. Now I'm not going to square root here. I would get 10 point something. I'm going to stop there because I know I'm going to use y squared. So the next line I need to write down is it's slightly different here because it's x squared plus y squared equals 13 squared. So to find x squared, we're going to do a takeaway. So we're going to get 169 take away 103 equals my x squared. So x squared equals 66. So x equals the square root of 66, which gives me 8.1 at the very end. Okay, so now have a look at task 1, work through task 1, and then come back and watch the rest of the video for that last example. If you want to just carry on watching and then do task 1 and task 2 together, that would be perfectly fine as well. So we've got this ship, it's going east and then it's going south. First thing that's really important for these types of questions is to draw a diagram. So we've got my port is starting here. We're going to go 8 kilometers east, 7 kilometers south. We've got my ship here. We want to find this distance that we've sailed. So we are going to say, again, Pythagoras, 8 squared plus 7 squared equals x squared. 64 plus 49 equals x squared. X squared equals 103. X equals the square root of 103. X is going to equal 10.1. So can you guys pause the video, have a go at this question here for me, please? So we've got our triangle, we're going to put our different lengths on. We've got our port, we've gone 4 kilometers east, 3 kilometers south to here. So we're then going to call this x. So we can do 4 squared plus 3 squared equals x squared. X squared equals 16 plus 9. X squared equals 25. So x equals the square root of 25, which equals 5. Okay, so they're all of the examples that you've got today. So now if we just go on to that second task and work through those problems.